So tonight we did a little bit different podcast than we normally do. Pam wasn't feeling it at first, so I threw it out on Facebook to see if anybody wanted to do like a Facebook room. And then people filtered in and out, and it was a little bit of a cluster because nothing seemed to work exactly right. There's some people that wanted to come in, and I couldn't accept them, and it was a little bit of a mess. But long story short, we did the longest podcast we've done so far because people just kept showing up and coming in. And thanks to everybody that showed up. And it's a lot of rambling, and I'm going to try and edit a lot of the background noise out, and I think I can do it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Just me and my friends talking random shit. I hope you guys enjoy. Oh, this is going to be the most boring few minutes of a podcast ever. Okay, it looks like they can request to join. Hey, man.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Things going well for you guys?
Yeah, man, real good. How about yourself?
You know, another day living the dream here in Syracuse. Sorry about that.
What's the weather like up there?
It's not bad up here now. We're not doing too bad. No snow, mid-January. I'll take it every day.
Sweet.
We booked a bunch of shows.
Oh, yeah?
Guys, we got 9 Nashville guys coming up to Sunny Hill starting Memorial Day weekend. So
sweet.
Should be good for you guys.
Finally.
And Cuomo says we need to open up arts and entertainment.
You know,
because
I appreciate him finally taking a stand. You know, like what?
Well, because Biden's going to be elected, so
right?
He can take a stand.
Right. It's so ridiculous.
If he hit a wife, I would say it's only because his wife said he could see so. But I'm not going to do that.
Oh, it's so crazy.
It's good to hear from you, buddy.
Yeah, man. You've been keeping busy?
How you doing down there?
Good. Just still kind of the same here. We can't really go anywhere and have food or live like normal humans.
My restaurant up here, we're actually in the orange zone.
Mm-hmm.
So we're stuck to the point where since November 1st, we are we can't serve inside. So we built an $11,000 outside, not outdoor venues top of our building, but with the 4 propane heaters running and the diesel generator running. I mean, it's it's $150 a day just to open the door.
Yes.
Much $11,000 to build it.
But it's outside.
Yeah, it's
quote
on
unquote.
The building. It's enclosed. There's no soffits on the rafters, so air can come to the top.
Mm-hmm.
We have a door on each end, as we have to do. Hypothetically, we don't keep them open as we should, but
right.
If we see the po-po, we do.
Right.
Get like a remote button that opens them by themselves.
It's so
or you blame it on the customer. It's one or the other.
Right. It's so ridiculous that you have to build like a small building outside of your regular building, so you can, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense.
We'll never get our money back. I mean, There's just no way. We had to do it. When it was everybody was in the orange zone, when it all started kicking off, it was fine because everybody was at the same playing field.
Mm-hmm.
But where we are in the Westcott area in downtown Syracuse, it's less than a quarter mile away. You can dine inside.
Really? There's
a zip code.
There's just an imaginary line where somebody can.
Yeah, it's a zip code.
You're crazy.
So it's the hard part is especially with everybody says follow the science.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the science shows it's only 1.4% infection rate in restaurants, which is the lowest in the country.
Right. So what are we doing?
So we don't do anything. We actually were on Fox News this morning.
Really?
One of our bartender came up with the idea since Syracuse is the Orange Men. We got a crate of oranges.
Mm-hmm.
We had all the local businesses come in and sign that are in the orange zone. Sign their names on it. We're going to send it down to Cuomo. We're going to send the crate down to Cuomo, and Fox News picked it up this morning. So
really?
On this morning.
So what?
National Fox News.
What's it? So my wife just kind of walked in here to see what was going on. That's all. I got distracted there, but
Hi.
She can't hear. I'll turn your mic up, Pam.
I can hear it.
If you want to sit over
What's
there.
up, girl?
She can't-
Hi, how are
I don't
you?
know how to make this.
I'm good, honey.
Hey,
Oh, jeez.
voice. I don't know how to make this
So
work
yeah,
for
so
both of us.
in the orange zone, there's 28 restaurants that are locked inside the orange zone. So we're kind of like that movie Outbreak. We're locked inside.
It's so
So,
ridiculous.
like I said, my bartender came up with the idea. So we got a crate of oranges, and all those businesses inside that area sign the oranges, and we're gonna ship them down to Cuomo. But the local news picked it up, and then the Fox News affiliate, the national one, picked it up and said they were on the news this morning saying what we're gonna do. But some of those businesses in Buffalo that complained against Cuomo and did all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw that, but a bunch of them had the health department come in and shut them down 2 days later. So you never know, like, is that going to piss them off so they just regulate a fighter or what we're going to do? But at some point, we're just like, we don't have a choice anymore.
Right. Well, at some point, you're either going out of business or you're going to take some action.
I'd rather go out with a fight.
Right, and it puts you out of business, like one or the other, or maybe you make it.
Yeah.
Like
there's 2 restaurants that we have in Syracuse. It generates logistically almost $500,000 in revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Our partner, which is the owner's fiance, he has another business in Syracuse. It's a trademark restaurant. Well, it's not trademark. They do like fire restoration,
mm-hmm.
and that's a $2 million business. And he's saying, listen, this gets fixed soon, or we're pulling almost $3 million out of Syracuse. That's just what it's become.
Right. You really don't have a choice at some point.
No. So, anyways, I was happy to speak with Wayne this week and get my shows booked for you guys.
Sweet. So who you got good this year? Can you say?
Yeah. Well, I can say because Wayne's not watching. I got or he could be. So I have. I don't know if you saw that 6-string crossing. Brandon Williams was in that motorcycle accident.
Yep.
He's back in rehab. Everything's good. So, to kick off the summer, we have Sam Grow. He's a national touring artist. He's with can't remember the record label, but the record label is Brantley Gilbert and Colt Ford.
Okay.
So it's a big label. We have him Memorial Day weekend, and then July 3rd we have 6-string crossing with Judd.
Sweet.
Which is always a great time. Then we have Nick Hickman, or not Nick. I'm sorry, not Jake Dodds. The following weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that we have Matthew Rogers at the end of the month coming up. He's a Grammy-nominated artist, and he actually is a Grammy voting member.
Cool.
So we have him along with his name is Taylor Cromer. He just got picked up by Sony US or Sony Nashville. So it's going to be a big show. I guess Wayne said he has a bunch of people coming in from out of town.
Awesome.
That we're looking for some really good. You know how you guys have that weekend where all the people come in from out of town that want big music.
Yep.
So we got that, and then August we have an artist. His name's Kanan Cox. He tours the U.S. and Europe. And then at the end of the month, or at the end of the year for Memorial or Labor Day, we have Mikhail Buck. He just got picked up by Universal Records. He was a finalist on The Voice, and he is one big badass Marine.
Oh, cool.
So you'll definitely like him.
Sweet. We got oh shit, someone just tried to join. So it looks like a good summer of music.
Yeah, Wayne. We also have Sydney Irving is going to be on that show with Jake Dodds.
Okay.
Which will be awesome.
Cool.
That'll be a great show. He's also going to, so she's going to be direct support for him, and then he's going to give her one of your off weekends.
Okay.
When it's a little bit slower. When he's saying that it's a little bit slower in August. So he said, I'll give her a full show in August. So you guys will get a chance to see her full show, but at least you'll get a part of her as direct support for Jake.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And this summer for you guys, I said to Wayne, I can't see any weekend at Sunny Hill not being packed.
Right. Especially after, I think everybody's pent up right now. Like when the doors open, it's going to be a floodgate.
Yeah. I think that people who don't appreciate music are going to have to they're going to have to wait a year, because I think it's going to be rabble-rousing, four-wheeling, 3 o'clock in the morning type stuff.
Right. Finally, we can get out.
Yeah.
I had a buddy Oh shit. Oh no. Did I just? Something just happened. You still there, bud?
I'm here.
Okay. I don't know. I pressed a button here and everything went sideways.
That's what every girl says. All right, I got your phone number. Click.
uh, what the hell is going on? My screen is going crazy. Oh, there we go. But I don't know what's going on. Everything's broken. Everything's hard. Why is everything so hard?
2020, man.
Oh, but I had
2021, man.
In there
I don't know what's going on. Like, there's just windows popping up all over the place, and it's just not working.
You gotta stop watching porn while you're doing that.
Is that the key? There you are. Well, other people are trying to join, but every time I click on it like shuts the whole thing off and starts a new room. It's kind of weird.
Because my head's so big.
Is that what it is? You're taking up all the headspace. A friend of mine just came up he lives in Florida, and he came up here for a couple days, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
It's wide open down there.
Yeah, he's like, it's normal there. Like, people kind of want you to wear a mask, but it's just normal. Yeah. He says, up here, he goes, I land.
The infection rate isn't any worse.
It's crazy.
It's actually better than New York.
Right. Yeah, so
I think they've already built in a lot of that herd immunity down there. That's why.
I'm over it all. I just.
Yeah, me too, brother.
Can't wait for normalcy.
Yeah, we're starting to book at my larger venues for the second quarter. I booked 38 shows yesterday.
No shit.
Through the venues that I work with down the East Coast. After Cuomo said that, everybody's like, we need to start locking in dates now because any good band that's worth it, the minute they're going to get the call, they're going to start filling the book in. You got to do it now. That's why I got a hold of Wayne and said, we got to book it now. We're not going to be able to get anybody.
So as far as do you have some sort of pricing issue with is the regular price you were charging a year ago or 2 years ago still kind of the same, or is it just a complete cluster?
No. The artists like Sydney and my Nashville guys have stayed relevant over this whole past year.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been playing out. They've been building and working on their performances, and they've been working with the venues. And a lot of these artists don't keep in contact with the venues.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna wait till May and go, hey, can we get a gig?
Right.
And if you haven't built, nowadays, before COVID, you didn't really have to have. Our company's always built on having a relationship with venues like with Wayne or the Turning Stone or Foxwoods. We have a personal relationship. We send them Christmas cards. We ask them how things are going. If you don't have that relationship, I think now a lot of those artists are going to be screwed because there's so many people going to be fighting for the few spots that are available.
And it's probably going to be one of those feast or famine things. Like we're either going to be booked out for the rest of the year, or good luck getting in.
Yeah, because the bands that like the venues that we have, like Sunny Hill and the casinos we work at, we don't really book mediocre acts, so we book higher end acts.
Mm-hmm.
Those artists logistically get the first way in, like when we rebooked the artists that we had in 2020. Having a lot of spaces opening, like at the casinos and all that, unless you're a top act, it's gonna be hard to get a show unless you're acoustic.
Right. Or you're playing,
especially for any money.
Right, I was gonna say, or you're playing the smallest place for nothing really.
Yeah, we call it. I tell my artists, I call it Joe's Gas and Sin. On the corner of bumfuck and nowhere. That's why I always tell them, like, if you don't listen to me, that's where you're going to be playing.
Right.
And they're like, okay, I don't want to play Joe's Gas and Sin.
It's just like a click above just playing on the street with a guitar case open.
Well, it's funny because I see a lot of people from up here go, well, I went down to Nashville and played, and I've been there for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the venue, I'm like, dude, that's not even really Nashville. That's like almost another state. Yes, you're in the outskirts of Nashville, but it's like, if you can see a slot machine behind you, it's not really. You're not playing a good part.
Right. That's how you decide.
Well, anyways, thanks for picking me up, my friend.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. We'll have to get together.
I'm gonna text you Sydney's number and Jake Dodd's number too.
Okay.
So you guys can get them on.
Yeah, I'll have to give them a shout, and we'll schedule something and do it.
All right, my friend. You guys take it easy. Take care of yourself.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
see ya. There goes Brian.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Hello?
Oh, he's still connected,
Oh, okay.
I think.
That
Or
sounded
maybe
like a hang
there
up
was
to
probably
me.
there's a little bit of lag. For some reason, here I'm just gonna.
Who was trying to get on?
There's a few people, but for some reason, let me just send a few here.
10:09, John. It's a little late.
It's fine. People are up.
Dave Morris said he needed more
Dave
notice.
Dave tried to get in, but
Oh.
something happened.
Why would it only let you one person at a time?
I
That's
think it
kind
does.
of defeats the
I
purpose.
think it lets
doesn't
more than that, but it oh, there's Chris.
I like just being quiet.
Hi, friend.
Hi, buddy.
What are you doing?
Does this only let us do one person at a time?
Who do we have?
It's Chris Waite. Didn't we do a
Oh.
room with a whole bunch of people?
I don't know.
It's just me. We're watching Deegan's YouTube. The little kids are crazy.
Didn't you just but didn't you record that yourself? Didn't you already see it? So like are you watching a rerun of real life?
No, this one is remember Brian Deegan, the motocross racer?
Oh, for some reason I thought your kid's name was Deegan. I'm
No,
sorry.
Colton.
I've had a
Oh
couple
my God!
I've had a
What?
couple beers.
Oh my God!
He has one of those he has one of those
Never had to.
motorcycle daredevil names.
Dude, these kids are nuts. His kids. He's got one that the chick is a NASCAR driver, and then the two younger sons are motocross racers. The one's like 7, the other one's like 10.
Wow.
Well, they still have rubber bones though. So when they land
Dude,
and crash.
So as a parent, I'm watching this, and I'm pretty lenient. I let my kid do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The dad's like, "I bet you won't triple that." You know what he's saying? It's like his 10-year-old kid, and I'm like, "Golly!" And then he goes and does it. But
I don't know how they watch them
They
do
have
that
good
stuff.
health insurance.
Makes me nervous. Like when Piper had her 4-wheeler and she'd get going a little fast, I'd be like, "Oh shit!" But it's okay. I can't imagine watching them hit it like a double or something on those tracks. Like crazy on a dirt.
He's got him on the youngest one. He's got him on a bike that he can't even touch the ground on. He has to stand on one of the stands to take off.
And then
That's
that's why
messed
that
up.
kid's going to be amazing later in life.
Exactly.
Or dead.
Well, or dead. Yeah.
Risk versus reward.
Right. Can you hear Pam? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
That's all he wants to hear.
I need to put your mic just a little bit closer.
I would rather see her.
Drives me nuts. There. Just hit her in the head with
Hit
it.
me in the head with it.
Is this on your cell phone or what?
This is on my laptop.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Oh, I see.
We're not recording the video. Hey, big man.
Just the audio.
Hey, Baba.
So
Say hi.
just the audio. Pam wasn't gonna do it, and then she kind of sauntered in here. And here we are.
So what's up? Are you talking about the craziness?
Oh,
I just talked to
Jim Buffett.
it was weird. You came in right after the other dude left. So the guy that does all the music promotion for Sunny Hill, I was talking to him for like the last 20 minutes or what so about stuff.
They do pretty good with that up there.
Yeah, he's got all sorts of Nashville folks coming in. But anybody that's actually listened to this podcast would hear that first part, so I won't say it all again.
So, you mean you don't want to start over and just talk about that?
Right. I'll just say over again what he just said that whole time.
We should
So-
probably get up there. The fact that it's not that far from our house.
Yeah, how far is that?
Well, now it's like 40 minutes, but still, it's not that far.
Yeah.
But you guys are like law enforcement now,
Oh, yeah.
and
What are you implying?
we don't
I'm
really
bringing my-
we don't really
bring my
back
ticket in.
we don't back those people.
Yeah, you're BLM, right?
Hard BLM with a
That's what I thought.
with a big B.
Do you guys ride right from there, side by sides?
Well, we haven't in the past. One of the first years, well, might have been the first year we were up there. We would bring the side by side up every weekend, and we used that for like transportation to get around, and then we'd go for little rides. And then last year, well, the past 2 years, we had a golf cart, so we didn't bring the side by side up at all. We were supposed to go for one ride, but I don't think we ever did.
I think it got shitty out or something.
Yeah. So, but this year we have the 4-seater and we have the 2-seater. So I'm kind of thinking I might just bring the 2-seater up and leave it up there so we can go for rides and shit.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So what's your take on the current events?
Which ones? Which ones, buddy? Like the which, I don't know what current events you're talking about. Was there like a big trade in baseball or something that I wasn't paying attention to?
I'm a big sports watcher.
Right. It is the most ridiculous time to be alive. It is. It's almost. I have to feel like this is what it was like to be back in the medieval ages when people called themselves wizards, and like the guy would come out with like the big wizard sleeves and the robe and shit, and he would do like magic tricks, and you're like, I don't really think that's magic. I think you just moved your hands really fast.
Half the people believe that.
True.
Half the people didn't.
Right.
It's kind of like now.
I just feel like you're everything we watch. You're like Cuomo coming out this week. We just talked about that before.
Yeah.
We should open everything up before everything dies. What?
Where were you last year? And right now it's like a spike. There's a spike going on right now, and he's saying that in the middle of a spike of COVID when
it's insanity.
Last summer the cases were down, and he still wanted to keep everything closed.
It's beyond. It's just beyond comprehension.
I feel like it's like full fuckery. Just like
100%.
And it's right out in the open. They don't care. It's just full on.
I just can't. So I think Pam likes to mess with me a lot, and here I'm trying to. I got people. I'm distracted. I need like 2 other people. Pam got up and walked away to keep this conversation going. I need like 2 other people to keep the conversation going. But anyways, I'll watch things during the day, and I finally just have given up the past couple weeks. But I would watch a speech, like a Trump speech or any speech during the day, and I'd come home and Pam would put on like the evening news, like a Lester Holt type evening news.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it, and I'm like, that's not what they said at all. It's not even like close to what you fucks are just saying whatever you want. Like, no matter, Trump could come out and say a whole speech like, I love black people. I think black people are the master race. I think black people should inherit the earth, which would be over the top one way. And the news would be like, so from what we can understand, Trump has it out for black people. Like the news report that night.
Talked about him a lot. They twist it.
And it's just like, wait, what? No, it's not.
One thing about the Capitol thing, it kind of pissed me off. It was ridiculous. But maybe the government will be like, oh, fuck. Like, these guys could fuck us up at any time they wanted. And there's going to be that, like, this little awakening? Or are they're that arrogant they don't care?
I disagree, and this is why. The mayor came out and imposed a 6 o'clock curfew. And then they kind of went up there and they're like, hey, there's going to be a curfew at 6 o'clock. You guys are going to have to leave. And everybody's like, okay. And they picked their Trump flags up and they all went home. Right. So it wasn't like, if it was, like they keep saying it was an insurrection or a coup. And I'm like, worst rebellion ever, folks. Like,
they just gave up.
If you fuckers were around back in like 1776, we would all be British right now. Because you would have charged something, and then the British would have been like, hey, it's getting dark. We need all you guys to go home. They've been like, okay.
We'll continue this tomorrow.
Right. And they're going to be like, we're going to arrest you in a week or so because you were here. Okay. Again, they just all go along with it.
Yeah, it was fun to see those pictures of everybody like hiding in the building though.
Right.
Like they literally cowered to like. It was it is embarrassing. Like,
Isn't it?
I saw some pretty good posts about like those are the people that are supposed to be strong for our country, and they're literally, I'm doing something. Kid wants to do magic tricks with me now. I think he heard you say something about magic. He literally went and got a magic kit, and he wants to play magic.
Huh?
Colton, when I'm done.
There's nothing wrong with magic.
Yeah, and then there's still people that think that, and I don't know what you think, but like Trump is still, they're still like Trump 2021. And I'm like, 2020. And I'm like, I don't.
You're gonna have to put on your headphones and listen.
Well, I
I
had to go to
don't
the bathroom.
know.
So people.
What'd you say?
I said there's still people that are like Trump 2020, Trump 2021. It's like, I think
That's
over.
That ship has sailed.
so. If you're watching,
That's my thought.
I love all the Q people. So I don't know how much of that stuff you follow,
I
and
think it's good.
all their theories. And it was kind of fun to play along for the past few
Yeah.
years and read all that shit. And some of it's probably true, but for the past, especially like since Election Day, every day after Election Day is supposed to be the day.
The epic
When
day.
it's going down, we're going to get the emergency broadcast alert, and they're going to start rounding these fucking deep state guys up. And then it never happens. And then the next day happens, and they're like, yeah, that's part of the plan, bro. Like, they couldn't have done it yesterday because they need, like, first it was they needed the election to happen so they can prove they're phony. And then they needed them to certify the vote to prove they're phony. And then they needed them to, oh, somebody's trying to join it. Let's see if
It's exhausting.
let's see if we get two people. We got two people maybe.
You lighted the color red.
Yeah, Red Jeremy's here.
The red.
Can you hear us, man? He's just gonna be silent, I guess.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, there he is. But every day we're talking about the election and all the people that were making predictions about what was going to happen, and all the way up till this week they were saying that January 6th was going to be the day that all the deep state folks are going down, and then it didn't happen. And now the thing is, Biden has to be sworn in as president. Then they can arrest everybody. It's all part of the plan. It's like, guys, like, no.
Soon it's going to be like, well, we couldn't do it today because it was raining. Like, tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. It's always the day. Yeah, it's all ridiculous. It's the craziest shit ever.
I had to unfollow some people on Facebook just because, like, they're acting like they're, like, in, like, a bunker with Trump and they have all this inside info. And they live like a mile from me, and I'm like, "What? Where are you getting this shit? Where are you finding this?"
And you know the guy's like barely getting along in life to start with.
Oh, this has overtaken everything in like their lives.
I don't know.
They need to get their internet cut on.
And what's the worst part about it all is it does seem like the one thing that's driven me nuts through the whole election stuff is like you have all the suitcase thing going on in Georgia, those videos of them with the suitcase. And it's like, if there's really a real reason why, like, tell us, but nobody ever tells you. They're just like, eh. All right, we got more people joining in.
Well,
Is somebody at a bar?
I was going to say.
hell yes, I'm in a bar. Because
Who?
I don't live in Pennsylvania. I live in Florida. This
Is
is Mike Hag. I live in Florida. We're allowed to socialize.
land of the free, man.
I'm at a bar right now.
No
We just
fair.
we just finished a trivia night, and there's probably 75 people up here. And you know what?
How dare you?
No one's died yet tonight. I'm just saying.
Don't you care about other people?
It's crazy. Tom Wolfe will probably like roll over in his grave if he ever died.
Well, Cuomo said today, we were just talking about that earlier, that we need to open things up.
Was that with a C or an H? I'm
This
sorry.
is
I'm having
Who's the
trouble
girl?
hearing because there's so many people up here not socially distancing and spreading no disease whatsoever.
what's frustrating? That you would just
No,
call
John, tell me.
you would just call us peasants and brag about this, and we're sitting at home like
No.
fugitives, like
So
it's
first
the.
off, so first off, who called who?
That's true. Well, you asked. You asked to be called.
I did ask to be called. I've longed ever since I've heard John and Pam talk about things. Podcast. I've longed to be on the podcast, and now I am. And now I'm getting.
I would
shit
like
for
to
being on the
remind
podcast.
you, it is only John says things. I've been dragged in
John
as
says
the
things.
spouse.
Pam says things sometimes.
I know, but I got to be honest. Like, except for your like throat clearing, you play a great role.
She I thought she was going to clear her throat just to make everybody happy.
I was going to try, but
She should have. It would have been fantastic.
I saw Mel jumped in here. She's in the background quietly.
Melody Burt?
No, Mel Strout.
Oh,
or
okay.
Alexis, or whatever you want to say.
Hi, Mel.
Hi.
Are you in a bar too?
Are you in Florida?
Am I in Florida? Yeah, I'm in Florida.
No, I meant Mel. So
Oh
tricky.
no, she's not in Florida. As far as I know, she's in Florida. She fucked up. She didn't tell me. Oh,
Right.
sorry, I can't say that.
No, you can't.
Oops.
No FCC rules here.
Oh well. I mean, it's just loosey goosey these days. Except
well, in your own
you know,
house
unless
for now.
you. Yeah.
Oh, there's Mel.
Here I am.
Somebody
What
has
are
a
you doing?
somebody has a sewing machine running in the background there.
Is she in the
somewhere.
shower?
No.
No, I think that's a person.
Hot tea on the couch.
I think that's a personal massage device.
Whatever. You know. I can probably. Oh, I think I know what it is. Let me see. Can I?
So hey, what are we talking
There we
about?
go. We're talking about anything and everything. We started out. The guy that books all the
Music.
Nashville talent and music for Sunny Hill was on, like, for the first 20 minutes. We talked to him about all that stuff, and then Chris
Nice.
Waite jumped on. He's still up in the corner there. You can see his beautiful face. And then we started talking about the politics and the election and all that bullshit that's gone on the past couple
Oh,
weeks.
Jesus.
And then you jumped on to really make us feel like losers that we live in.
Yeah,
The-
I'm
I'm sorry.
sorry.
I don't know how to. I probably can't share like pictures, but I mean, it's a nice crowd in here. It really is.
Do you own the rights to the music behind you?
There's no music behind me.
Oh,
It's
okay,
people-
good.
They're beatboxing. Something. That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm saying.
Because I hear things get
But,
taken
you know-
down for.
Well, because you don't want to get taken down like Parlor. Just saying.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? That was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like a whole platform.
I didn't think that could happen.
John, no, it's not. No, it's not. What is the deep state deathly afraid of? And I'm talking left and right. Left and right. They're afraid of somebody being able to speak the truth without censorship.
Right, but
It makes complete sense.
what's funny about it is that there's a company that has so much money that could just burn an account like Parler and not even care. Like, I'm just gonna shut. Pam, why don't you Pam? Why don't you bring your microphone around to this side?
No, I'm just looking. Go ahead.
Hun, bring your microphone
Go
around.
ahead.
Honey. God damn
Yeah,
it.
because you would think Parler was actually the number one download
Right.
of both Apple and Android for several like a week, and you're just gonna burn that account, all
Right.
that traffic.
And they don't care
Well,
though.
Yeah, I know, but that's the evil of the mega rich that free people are actually supposed to be fighting against. But most people don't even understand. They don't even get it. They
Could
don't
you
get it.
could you imagine if like a newspaper, a national newspaper just decided one day, like 10 years ago or 20 years ago, we are never running a story or letting the president's comments being posted or ever. Like he's done. We don't talk about the president. We don't share his thoughts. We don't cover the president unless it's bad.
No, yeah, well,
Like,
yeah, of course I can, because
people
that's
would
what's
be like,
happened
"What?"
in the last
Right.
6 years.
It's crazy.
The last 4 years for sure. Yeah, of course they do. It's only negative coverage.
It's bananas.
When's the last positive story that you've heard about Trump?
I think it was on
In the
Babylon News.
Or
Just saying, so everybody will be like, oh well, he speaks so bad. He's done some good stuff.
well,
He brought
just
some peace to places. He's done great things.
it does seem
Nobody talks about it.
it does seem weird that everybody, when I say everybody, the news and everybody, it seems like he hates him. But we haven't had any more wars. The economy did pretty good. Lots of peace
I'm sorry,
deals.
how many new wars was he in?
Like 0. Which
Zero. Oh, that's
seems
great. Oh, 0 new wars.
pretty good.
How many other presidents can say that in modern history? None.
You have to go back a
None.
ways. A long ways.
None. I'm just saying, modern history. No other presidents can say that.
There was a meme that I saw, but I don't know if you can believe any memes. That it was like in the 40s or 50s,
get all
somewhere in
my
that
news.
zone. That's the only way to get news, really.
That's funny.
Oh shit! But
So here's the thing.
Mike,
How many Nobel Peace Prizes was President Trump nominated for?
a few. Mike, I'm getting the sense
I know,
that
but-
you like
but
President
if-
Trump.
But if you... No, hold on. Well, listen, here's what I like. Can I tell you what I like? I like
Not
America.
Biden.
I like freedom, and I like not sandbagging the person that's in charge of our country. That's what I like.
I feel like we're dangerously close to being impeached, or at least brought up on Capitol Hill tomorrow by this conversation.
But here's the positive for you, John. No one can find where you live, so you got at least like a 6-week lead time.
Even when you have the address, you still can't.
Nobody can find the little power shop.
No, we're just in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I get it. I don't know where that's at.
Hey Ryan, I see my buddy Ryan
Hey, buddy.
popped in. How you doing, pal?
Hey, who's got
Well,
a hot mic there? That's crazy.
do I have a hot mic?
No,
I don't know. Somebody does.
I muted the one that had the blender running in the background.
Nice, perfect.
I had some hockey going on in the background.
Ryan.
You're a hockey guy?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you like sports, you should like hockey.
I thought you meant you were playing hockey.
Oh, no, I did play hockey back in the day, like in college.
Nice.
What's up, Chris? I haven't seen you in a million years.
Hey, friend, I
Who's this?
follow you on
Mike,
Facebook
okay.
and I look at your stuff.
I don't post at all. I follow your inspirational things and instructional deals. I'm huge now, by
Does it help you?
the way.
Ryan, did you take your Christmas lights down yet?
I did. Well, 90% of them.
Did it take you like 3
I
weeks?
was bundling up like 30-pound bushels of lights and chucking them. I think she broke her thumb at some point. Or her boob, she says. May have broken her boob. She was really like basket catching it, not using her hands like a good football player. Like it was not.
What? Do you have? hang on a
Oh my
second.
God. I think it's the bar.
It's not Ryan.
It's the bar.
Is it Mike?
It's the bar.
Yeah, it was Mike.
Yes, that's what I
had
said. He
to
was
mute-
at a freaking
I
bar.
was clicking over him and muting him.
All
There,
right,
there he
I'm
is.
unmuted now.
Oh, he's back.
Holy.
Hey, Ryan, did you post any pictures of your Christmas lights?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah, they
Mike's-
should be on my face page, I think.
Mike's
You win?
showing us his.
Well,
Let me
here's
get
the
back.
thing. Due to COVID, you're not allowed to judge Christmas light competitions in random neighborhoods. So
Oh,
we
my
ended up in the
goodness.
paper and on this holiday light website that's kind of local. And like we're on the
Woo!
Oregon trail of looking at lights as you're
Aw.
sitting shotgun next to your wife getting hammered going and looking at lights. It's pretty
Quit trying to make that cool.
I think it's cool.
Did you get a participation
You-
trophy?
That
Pretty
girl.
much.
I don't
It's
know
like
if
the
you guys
purple
saw that,
ribbon.
but that waitress
Hey, you did
did.
a thing.
That waitress did not want to be on screen.
I saw it. You're gonna have to get a release form from her.
Well, this isn't getting broadcast. Oh shit! I got Mike. Somehow Mike's muted, but I can't unmute him. Maybe he muted his own. That's probably it.
Hang on.
You can look at your picture right now.
I muted myself just
Okay.
because
All right.
it's loud here. I didn't want to distract from your
All right.
very intellectual conversation.
I didn't want to. I thought I muted you because it got really loud, but then I was trying to unmute you. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So Mel, how's it going? you're just over there really quiet.
There's John Anderson. He's got a Facebook room. I've got the name wrong.
Hi, John.
It'd
Hi.
be fun to listen back to
Your Facebook posts make me laugh so bad.
Guess what, Carrie? I only post to make you happy. Every morning I get up and I say, what would Carrie laugh about today? Not that
You
Carrie.
helped get me through COVID.
Pam, I just said, so there's this, please close the door, it's cold. I said Carrie, and there's this Carrie girl that Pam thought I was talking about. But long story short, never mind. It's Ryan's wife.
Oh. I thought a new person.
Pam, if you want to participate in the podcast, you have to participate. Like, you can't be across the room.
Yeah, I can put on here. It's fun.
Okay.
What is going on? Chris is putting masks on.
Ooh.
So I got you through COVID. Is that what you're?
Yeah, you help. You help. You're so funny. And
Could you-
what you say is so true.
Thank you. Could you write the foreword to my next book? How I got through COVID by posting memes.
Yes.
Oh Lord, here we go. John Anderson, what you say is so true, sir.
Thanks.
You are a beacon of light in a time of darkness.
Well, thanks, buddy.
You lead all the oppressed people.
He'll be fine. You're a taco now. How do you do this?
Yeah, what's going
Hang
on?
on. What kind of witchcraft is this? Yeah, it's not clear.
If there was ever a podcast that I feel like people will click off left and right, I feel like it's this one. This is the messiest. It's my favorite thing
Is
ever.
this like, what was the Chat Roulette, right? On like video challenge, it's basically just always a dude jerking off in front of a camera.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what kind of things you get on, dude.
No, this is like a bazillion years ago.
Yeah, sure, of course, yeah.
It was like chat roulette or something like that.
I mean, not now.
It was always just a bunch of old greasy men jerking off in front of like grainy
Well,
hammers.
you'll be one of those one day.
I'm working on it.
One day.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you are.
Mike, you're gonna have to like cup your hands over your phone or something. It's so loud.
Okay, my bad.
It's like you have the background sound of fun, and it's
Mike
like
said a cooler party than us is what I'm saying.
I know. What was that, Chris? Can't really hear you. Again, still no. All right, there we go.
All right.
I had to mute you, Mike. It was so loud. I couldn't hear you. Like we couldn't hear
I
anything.
feel like he's having a good time though.
Right, and I feel like this is his punishment for being in Florida and being able to go to a bar and actually have people there.
Oh, Carrie wants me to clarify she's never had COVID. She was just depressed because she couldn't go to a bar and do hood rat hoe thing. She's really paranoid that people thought she may have had COVID. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
She worries about that, huh? She didn't want that getting out.
Right. He can hear you, like on some level.
I can hear it.
Very piercing
Hey,
voice.
come on now. Unmute me. I took it out of my ear.
Mike, we can hear you. If you can hear us when you...
Are we good now?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
that's way better.
Well, now I'm good. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I got back to just the phone. I'm sorry that I was flaunting the fact that I was out here with more than 2 people, and I was outside of my house, and I was possibly trying to get laid. I'm just saying,
Bro,
my bad.
we are basically
My
like
bad.
a click below Mormons at this point. Like, we're not
I
quite
know, I'm sorry.
Amish. We have electricity, but we don't go out. Like, we don't go anywhere.
I know. I mean, I've been home in the last year. It's sad back there.
I just had a guy fly in from Florida, a friend of mine, and he spent a couple days up here, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Well, fuck yeah, exactly.
he gets off in
Yeah, well,
Buffalo.
what's going on
Like,
up there?
what?
Here in Missouri, like things are pretty fast and loose, which has been great. Like some areas shut down, some don't, that type of thing. And I've been traveling, through this whole thing. It's all bullshit, right? And so I normally fly Delta, and I did this most last trip to go see Lenny, and so like the power move is to basically, if you're actively eating or drinking on the plane or in the Sky Club or whatever, they don't fuck with you, right?
Bring your mic up.
So like I would basically just unscrew a water bottle, set in front of me, and I would just take the
Hold it in
mask
your
off the
hand.
whole flight, and they would never
Right.
mess with me, right? It's all good.
Right.
Well, now
right.
they make you remove the mask, take a sip, put it back on every time. Same thing with eating. Like,
So why don't you
so
just
many
like
people got
put it up to
fights
your
in the
lip?
Sky Club with all these like mask Nazis. They're like, I literally am chewing my salad right now. And they're like, sir, I'm just enforcing the rules. Like, it's just the dumbest thing ever. It's nonsensical.
Nothing makes sense. Pam, move over here.
I don't want to.
Come on.
Because
Right
if
here,
you
right
actually
now.
if you come up and give yourself so if I come up to you and give you a hard time, I'm within 6 feet, right?
Right. Yeah.
So if I would just leave you the fuck alone,
Everything would be super
everything would be
dope.
just fine, right?
Yep, absolutely.
It's not like you're running around the
Fuck
you're
off.
not like you're running around the plane up and down the aisle.
Nope.
With
they
your
don't
mask
sell
off.
Middle seats. They only fill first class up to 50%. Like, there isn't anybody within 6 feet of me, and I literally am eating and drinking, and I got harassed by a stewardess. I guess that's rude to say these days. A flight attendant.
Flight person.
A flight.
Well, no, hold on.
Dare
You
you.
probably can't say
Flight
son.
lady.
A flight thing. Probably you should say a flight thing.
An aviation person was very angry
No,
at me.
I'm sorry, sir. Excuse me. You can't say son because son means male.
Correct.
You can't say son. So it's
Well,
a flight. It's a
amen and
flight
amen.
thing.
You got this. It's all good.
Can you mute him?
Do you ever?
I like Mike. Mike, you're in my light already.
I'm just saying.
Fly-
How far does it go, dude? How far
It
does it
doesn't.
go?
The rabbit hole is going further. And
How
further.
far
It's
down
such
does a freaking
thing.
rabbit hole go? Well, you can't say human because it has man in it. You can't say person because it has son in it.
You also
you can't
can't
say
say
woman.
abdomen anymore. I saw that meme.
Right, because it has men in it.
Abdo women.
So what the
Abdo-woman.
frick? No, you can't say Adam woman. You can't even say. So somebody tried to say amen and a woman. Well,
Yeah.
what the hell is that? That's not even a.
Well, a lot of people think that amen means all men, which is
No.
the dumbest
Hebrew
thing ever.
for let it be.
For
Yeah.
so it to be true or some bullshit like that.
Let it be so. It's like let it
Anybody
be so
who is-
or.
Grown up and like learned to pray, religious and all that and everything knows that. Like it's this weird.
See,
I don't know.
I
They're
feel like we
very
should go
uneducated.
100% the other way and keep pushing things. Like, they're taking it all the way
Pammy?
this way. We take it all the way to the right. After we finish everything, we do like that thing that people were doing a while ago and just say, praise Odin. Like,
Well,
really.
Yeah.
I feel like that's starting to happen. Tammy, lean into the camera. I haven't seen your face yet.
So how many of you guys were upset that the Washington woke football team
Yay!
lost?
And then,
Because you know their name should have been woke, right?
Yeah.
and,
That would be such a good name.
The Washington woke. I thought that was hilarious. Some
I
of my
was
liberal.
so proud of Dan Snyder for holding out for so long. Like Bob Cox and all the spineless weasels have been busting his ass for so long about that shit. And now the Cleveland Indians are changing, and who knows what's
Oh,
gonna happen to Kansas
What the
City Chiefs.
heck is that?
Oh, I know.
and
It's
how
ridiculous.
how-
Yeah, because Chiefs is so derogatory.
Oh, it's just terrible.
disgusting. And how
what's
terrible
really
is
funny,
this?
though?
They can't even come up
So
with
I
another name.
saw a meme today, and it was a Native American guy wearing a shirt which was Redskins colors, with a picture of a white dude on it, right? And it said Caucasians on it. But here's the thing. I thought, you know what would have been even better? It should have said crackers.
How dare you?
Because that would have been more appropriate, right? Because
Absolutely.
Redskin is not national. It's like not Native American. But it should have said cracker. Because that would have been hilarious.
Did Indians really have
Apparently,
red skins,
I don't
though?
know. Maybe we can't, actually joke anymore. Where's George Carlin? Oh, that's right. He died.
That's right.
Well, shit.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get to see this horse shit. So.
It's freaking ridiculous. Hey, thanks for letting me come on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll send you a bill.
Next time I come in town, I'm coming to your house and I'm going to sit at your table.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
even if we don't get on the air, I'm just going to drink beer.
Well, what we usually do is we drink a couple beers and then we just are like, hey, let's do a podcast, and then we just there's
Either way, I want to party with you, cowboy.
I'm in. I'm
Okay.
putting together a little studio at my shop too.
I'll give
so.
up my spot.
Oh, okay.
Well, nobody
I
wants
think
to hear
it
me.
should be a three-way, guys. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, why limit it to 3? What are you? A sizes? What are you? What's going on here? Why limit it?
Well,
Everyone should be able to join, bro.
we're very selective. Very, very selective. Could you give me a beer?
Clearly you're not, because here I am.
No, I feel it's perfect. When are you coming back again?
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'm choosing between warm temperatures and freedom. And,
Right.
We have none of those. We have,
communism and cold weather but no snow.
So
we have none of those
probably-
things.
Apparently, according to Pam.
That's right. We probably need to see what happens after the inauguration of our duly elected ruler, who's going to be 25th Amendment removed. But whatever.
It's all right. They all voted for Kamala Harris anyway. It's all good.
Which she
Actually-
doesn't seem like a great
actually,
choice either.
100%.
Kamala.
No one,
Sorry, Terry's
no
correct.
one,
Kamala.
no one voted for Kamala before. No one did. No one.
Well,
Literally, in the primary, no one voted for her. She got out before anyone voted for her.
Why didn't Biden get with somebody like Tulsi? Like she was
Right?
Very
Somebody with
elected.
morals?
Like
Whoa. Hold on. Time out. Are you serious about this? Is that a serious
I
question?
like Tulsi Gabbard. She's not my cup of tea.
Same.
Whoa.
She's a regional human.
No. Dude, seriously? Is that a real question?
So, Mike, you don't like Tulsi?
What do you mean? You didn't like
No.
Tulsi?
It has nothing to do with that. It's all about what the fringe left wanted, and they wanted Kamala because she was the most left
For
wing.
sure. I'm saying Tulsi wasn't
Right.
very.
So that's
Oh,
it.
I
No,
see what you're
exactly.
saying.
No, that's what it was all about. They knew Joe was going to walk through or sleep through or stay in his basement through the first, 3 months, and then they're going to get rid of him, and then they got their person.
Like
That was the whole plan.
Joe Biden's an old house you're gonna burn down for the insurance money. You don't really want
I don't even know
it.
what's going on.
Or like a boat you're gonna sink.
Yep.
Just,
You want the lot,
Pretty
but
much.
you really don't want the house.
yeah.
Like you're gonna burn that
No,
shit down and build something
No,
else there.
he's got like a quick disconnect on the bilge pump for his boat. He's gonna sink it in a second. He's got a remote disconnect on it. That thing's going down, baby. It's going down.
Mike, I think he's gonna be a great president. I've listened to him speak. He's got a lot of
He
thoughts.
talks about
He's a
talks
statesman.
about unity.
Yeah.
So hold on. Was one of the thoughts, the thing, the guy, that guy that did the thing,
Right.
the thing, like the thing,
Stuff.
the Constitution and stuff. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard me talk, but yeah, that's exactly my kind of speech.
Yeah, I heard it's like that. It was like Lewis Black, and he was doing a riff about how when we get older, we don't know what the hell we're talking about anymore.
Mike, you know what I like?
Oh boy.
You know what my favorite thing I just thought of right now is? You are in a place where there's freedom. You're at a bar. You can possibly get laid. You can talk to random people you don't know. And instead, you chose to lock yourself into your phone and talk to us up here in the communist land. Oh, he left!
No,
Hey,
he's
look.
still there.
No, that's.
Hey, you got a point.
He's like, I gotta go. Chris, now that I can get a word in edgewise, you must have your thumb over your mic or something.
Oh, I'm just not talking.
Oh, there you are.
He didn't say anything. He's falling asleep.
That maybe should be a rule. We can't have anybody at a bar on the remote podcast.
Hey, I got one for you that I want to talk about. Let me clear my throat like Tim does.
Oh, come on.
So I'm talking to a chick. She's got a friend who got the Rona twice, and the husband got it twice.
Is that the question?
So I wanted to get you. That's not supposed to happen.
Okay, so there was a
Oh,
guy
Mike's coming back.
apparently out of China in the first case, right?
It's Mike.
That was supposed to have happened, and it was like asymptomatic. But I think if there's enough false negatives or false positives on Rona versus flu, that it could have been like a combination of flu and Rona. You know what I
That's
mean?
kind of what I figured. Like the test was shit.
Right.
You muted
So
her.
like, there's been a lot of like chicanery with it. I was talking to a buddy of mine who's so he does like forensic accounting, like investment banking stuff, and this guy was selling his lab in the middle of Rona. It was worth like $1 bazillion, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking done, and I don't want to deal with all this stuff." And he says there's like 15 markers that it takes to actually properly identify corona. So this rapid testing thing is horseshit, by the way.
Yeah.
And that 12
they're
or
all
11 of
positive.
them are shared by the common cold, not even just flu. And it says it takes a pretty special lab to be able to actually identify it. And they're so understaffed and they're so overworked that they're just pumping out results. Like, and they're getting pretty decent funding for it. So it's just kind of is like the fact that Tamiflu, like the company or whatever, is like we literally sold 0 Tamiflu this year, is psychopathic. Like there's a huge disconnect there. So
Yeah, because that's what I figured when I was talking to you about it. I was like, there's no way that
it could have been a cold
Correct.
and a flu and 0 Rona. Like if it didn't go to the right lab and didn't have the right technician behind it, and it wasn't a really, really good test, it definitely could be a false positive. Like that's a really hard, nuanced disease because it shares so many markers with all this common stuff we have immunities for.
No. Come on now.
So, Chris, were the people?
You gotta
Chris,
spin
were
it up like 96 times.
Chris, were the people that you were talking about? Did they get tested positive twice, or were they sick twice?
Yeah. Tested positive twice, but I don't believe that they were right. Like Ryan was saying.
I mean, CDC says now that you're only like good to go for 90 days. Like you get it, and then you're good to go. Then after 90 days, you can totally get it again.
But the vaccine will keep you safe.
Who believes that really though?
I don't believe any of this about a mild cold. Like I give a shit. Like I'm 99% sure I may have had it, type of thing. So, which are a lot of people.
You know,
I'm pretty sure I had it.
Conservatives thought, "Oh, come on!" Sorry, I'm watching a hockey game, so I get a little anxious.
So here's the really big question for me. If you had it and you get it again, how bad is it the second time?
It's less.
It can't
Significantly less.
It can't be. So if you didn't die the first time, then what the fuck? What are we talking about?
Right. A mild cold. Like we're
So you had. So hold on. So you had a
mild cold.
99.8% chance of living the first time, and now you have a 99.8% chance of living again. So what is that like? How many decimal points is
at some
that?
point you become immortal if you keep getting coronavirus. Is what
So
I think is the science.
here's the big question for me: at that point, can you pick up Thor's hammer?
Yeah, for sure. Like with your
Of course.
pinky.
Well, fuck yeah.
You would probably get a prehensile tail, and you could do it with that. So, just rocking it.
So, what do you guys?
I'm just saying, you guys are awesome.
What about? Did you think Captain America should be able to pick up Thor's hammer?
No.
Captain America pick up Thor's hammer?
Yeah, you didn't see that
Well,
one?
he's pure as a wind-driven snow, like I am.
But he's not a god.
All right, are we going to dive into this? It's not that
let's
he's
do it.
God, it's that he's worthy. Whoever's worthy, right? So maybe Captain America's
What are you doing?
just intrinsically a good person.
Pam's out. She's like, fuck this.
According to whose scale, Thor is a god.
Right.
Yeah, well, exactly. Apparently the Titans. I don't know how this works.
Have you ever seen? This is the way I always
I'm
decide.
gonna call bullshit on that.
Have you ever seen Captain America fly? I mean, really fly, not just jump like far.
Captain America is my least favorite one.
Who is your favorite Avenger, Chris?
It's a bullshit power play.
Chris, you're really muted again for some reason.
Yeah, my phone's toxic. Anything stupid.
Nope, still no.
Okay. I'll make sure she's good until he gets here.
It's a bullshit penalty. Like, fuckface needs to look up when he's going for the puck, not skate down at his fucking skates.
Everything's falling apart.
Chris, you're still very muted. I can barely hear you. No, wherever you're doing with your phone's wrong right now. All right, buddy. See ya. Is that a tattoo?
Yeah.
All right. Hardcore. See ya, pal. I'm pretty sure Mike is dealing with a situation at the bar. You still there, buddy?
I'm here.
Yeah. Mike, I just heard him starting to talk to other people. And like somebody must have walked over and tapped him on the shoulder. So he's dealing.
Well, hey,
he's at a bar.
Out there to get laid, possibly get paid. You never know.
Good luck, mister. Really good luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how you been, pal?
Good. Things are good. We just got back from Idaho. Me and Ryan and Amy, we rented this cool big. Well, Devin, his daughter, rented this big house for the DDP Christmas party, and man, you should have been there. It was such a shit show. It was fantastic.
I don't like to leave my state in case.
That's fair.
You know,
it's a scary place out there.
Right.
Idaho's full of freedom. Like, they have all these mask signs that are just ignored in Idaho. It's fantastic. Like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we're not doing this.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, good suggestion on the art project you put on your front door.
Hard no, sir. So how's my buddy Lenny doing?
He's good. So unfortunately, really good buddy of his passed.
I
pretty
saw that.
Close to when we were heading up that way.
The Indian
so
fellow there or whatever?
Heavy on his heart. He'll get over it, you know, like, but he was definitely close with him. So, like, right now, not the greatest. And then today, there were 60-mile-an-hour winds all around the shop. So we've been without power, internet, phones, all this stuff for DDP all day today, and it'll probably be the same way tomorrow. And like the size of these trees that have blown over in like Lenny's backyard, I'll text them to you later. And like, so Devin sold her house in Washington, the accountant, and her and the fiance are living his camper out back. If he didn't have like a shed over top of where they were sleeping that night or whatever, it would have crushed the trailer with them in it. Like it came right down on top of it. So
crazy.
It was definitely like he's probably going through some kind of a little bit of a shit show right now. So
I'm sure.
But all in all, like a good time.
Ryan, I'm gonna go pee, and you have to talk to Pam.
Oh, Harry, come talk to Pam with me. You haven't seen Pam in forever. She might be able to put her face in the camera.
What?
Lean over.
No, wait.
Lean towards the mic.
But I
Like a little bit.
don't have a picture of you on my end.
I know. I don't know how to turn my camera back on. It's
Dude,
dumb.
come on. Don't pretend with me.
No, I seriously don't. I poked it 1,000 times. I'm like, here, I'll just turn this back on. Like, it'll be fine. And there's like no option for it.
Because
Oh, I got it now.
Oh, look at Oh, wait. Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Because what I was going to say is all I could see was like your stoic picture with your sunglasses in the car.
Yeah.
Like, that's all we
And
could
then
see.
Terry's
Oh,
over
hi.
there with our Frenchie.
Oh.
Brinkley. Say hello, Brinkley. Her
He's
face
like,
is
nope.
covered. It's a
Oh my
small
God.
pig dog. It's just ears. It's just ears and blanket.
How cute. We're on
Hey,
John's laptop, so I can't show our
I don't know
boys.
if I can do like a whole, sort of, kind of.
Aw, how cute. I don't think I've ever seen you with a hat on.
What's that?
I don't think I've ever seen you with a hat on.
I golfed today because we had one of these random 60-degree days, and so I have
What?
terrible head hair.
60 degrees, and you
We
complain
went
about
grab
where you
dinner,
live?
And I just threw a hat back on.
Wow. We were lucky to hit 30 today.
Ah, that's our week all week coming up. Like we get the benefit of like riding the jet stream like a drunk girl on a fucking mechanical bull. So
On a
we
jet
get
ski?
60s and then we get 20s, then we get 60s, then we get 20s. So like if we get snow, it doesn't hang around. But if we get snow, it's usually just ice and then some snow. It's miserable.
60 would be cool, though.
Correct. But it also comes with a lot of. Think of like a really bipolar person. Like if they're always just a depressed asshole. Like it's not. Like you just kind of used to it, right? But then all of a sudden they're nice, and then all of a sudden they're depressed again. That's almost more depressing. You had the nice right before that, and then it's kind of depressing. This has gotten too deep. We're just talking about weather. Holy
Right.
shit.
We're talking about personalities of weather.
But it feels the same way emotionally.
It's true.
Like,
It's
come on,
true.
Mr. Just bring the sun out one more time.
Oh, John made it back.
What?
Nothing. Look it, we got to see his face.
He's so pretty.
I figured out how to turn on. By the way, this thing is not okay. So
It looks like you drank it all.
no, it's empty. So I'm gonna hand this to Care Bear and go
Aw.
refills.
But she has the dog in her lap.
You guys watch hockey together?
I look horrible.
This
How are you?
I
Good.
thought he meant he was handing you the drink
Her
to
face
go
is even
refill.
on them.
Yeah, it's just on my laptop, so this isn't being recorded, only the audio.
Yeah, nobody will see it. Don't
So you can
worry.
look however you'd like.
Is Piper? Is she going to? Is she just virtual school?
No, she's in person.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
we
they
are
only
too.
what was it, like a week and a half before the Christmas break, they shut everything down, so she was virtual for like
Yeah.
a week and a half, I think it was. But they're in person, so
Well, I'm glad she's in person because I heard Pennsylvania is so bad.
yeah. Our area's okay as far as school goes, but are your guys in virtual?
They're in person. But they go
Oh,
to
nice.
a small Christian school, but all of our elementary schools, public around here, are also in person, except for junior high and high school. They're doing this every other day hybrid schedule, so I feel sorry for them.
Which
Yeah,
seems
really.
like the
That
most
makes no
confusing
sense.
thing in the whole wide world for
Yeah.
everybody.
I know, for parents,
Yes.
Like-
totally.
How-
We believe in the healing power of Jesus. So.
All right.
And if we die, we know where we're going.
Yeah. Uh-huh. There better be booze.
John, all I have is a video of your microphone, your big, thick, black microphone. Like,
That's-
why can't I see?
That's all you can see?
Yeah. See, there's your face now. Like, you have to poke into it. But
What if you turn your...
zoomed in.
Because I'm looking at my picture. What if you
Yeah.
turn your camera sideways?
Oh.
Is
Whoa.
that like a whole different world?
Here, look at this.
Oh,
Look
wait.
at this. They were there the whole time. We were,
But now you
we were
disappeared.
portrait like we're 1,000 years old, right? Oh, gosh. Basically like an old grandma trying to zoom right now.
Right. Yeah, we have a very nice We have a whole setup here,
Yeah.
studio cameras and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it. I want to see it in person.
We really
you
don't.
should. You should come sometime.
Or you could come here. I don't know where to put my hand. I just want to see things.
See, that's what I like about this setup. I don't have. I can move my hands. You can actually see both of my hands right now.
Pressure Pamela.
She doesn't like that.
Pamela.
Pamela.
No,
Yeah.
that sounds like Kamala.
That's why they said it.
What
So,
happened to
I
the
gotta
other?
tell you a story about Lenny's party.
Okay.
So Matt, our marketing guy, brings this chick with him, and I don't know if she was like super nervous or what the deal was, but she comes up to John, Devin's fiance, and he shakes hands with Matt, and then he tries to do like the little like I'll curtsy, like kiss your hand type of thing or whatever.
No.
And she goes, she like grabs his hand, like brings it down to waist high and squeezes it real hard, and goes, I just want you to know you shake hands like a bitch. I'm a rancher. And her name's KD with like a D or whatever, and it's super hilarious. We make fun of her the rest of the night. And then she comes up to me later, and she goes, I haven't met you yet. And I was like, yeah, I'm Ryan. I was like, I'm Katie. I'm a rancher. She shakes my hand. And my instant thing is to like squeeze back hard if somebody squeezes hard. Like it's the only thing to keep your hand bones from breaking.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually had a pretty decent grip. And she's like, bet you never had a girl shake your hand that hard before. And it was the most awkward thing. Like I don't know what to do with that. Like where do I walk away from that?
Because
like,
it makes you start to think like, who has squeezed my hand really hard before?
You just say,
What'd she say?
None of those things. I just went, yeah, and then I walked away. And then me and John ended up finding the subfloor and an extra room and like this weird rapatorium in this giant mansion, and it was a whole thing. You should have done it, buddy. You're coming next year. We're renting the same house. You and Pammy got to go. Amy and Ryan came, and it was such a blast. She's the most pessimistic human I've ever met, and it's hilarious. She's worse than Eric. Well, she's funny. Erica's just mad at everything.
I was gonna say more pessimistic than me.
You know that we're gonna like release this, right? Nobody's gonna listen to it, but
It doesn't matter.
okay.
It's all good. It's been a great time.
The only thing that I can think of through that whole story, and this is a little glimpse in how my mind works, is at the very beginning of that story. You said Devin's fiance, and it sounded like the most fancy thing I've ever heard in my Devin's fiance. So just in my head, Devin fiance. Like the whole time I've just been saying it over and over again to myself. Like that is so fucking fancy.
He's
Devin's
so easily
fiance.
amused.
Well, there's some bougie ass people up there. So.
Bougie or ratchet?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Look at him showing off the guns.
Oh.
Oh, am
Oh,
I?
he just flexed a little bit. Oh, am I? Oh, my
It
keg's
was like
coming
a
back.
fisheye lens thing. Everything's bigger in fisheye lens.
Yeah.
Mike, did you figure out if you turn your phone sideways, you can see us?
See what now?
If you turn your phone sideways, you can actually see us.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Boom.
Ah.
It's a whole new world.
Struggling. It's loud. I'm technologically inadequate for your level of podcasting.
No, it's exactly... Seriously, we just asked random people to jump on a Facebook Live thing, so...
Maybe it was
That's way worse.
Oh, now I can at least hear you.
I feel like you can hear us, but it gets insanely loud here. Something weird happens.
Well, I feel like Pam's shaking her head.
No.
She seems like she's not
It's
not believing in your prowess.
No.
I don't know. She said, Goose, I don't think you can get through this flat spin. I don't know.
No.
We're going out to sea.
We're totally crashing.
I don't know what's up.
Whatever your Bluetooth thing is, that does not work. There's so much background noise right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Hey, I tried. Hey, listen, I tried. I'll catch you another time.
All right, buddy. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, man.
See you, bud. so weird.
We should be there.
I know, right?
Apparently.
Wait, it's not stopping.
It's just, can you like right click on that or something? Click that.
I feel like he just left his phone inside of a cab arguing like Jews or something
All right.
like that.
I just I muted it. Like, I don't know what kind of rape room shit he's in
You're
right
muted
now.
now, John. John, you're muted. Or maybe we're all muted. I don't know.
I can hear you.
Oh, right here.
Oh, that's Mike.
You're still muted.
Can you hear now?
There you are.
See?
He's back.
That was you.
Can you hear me now?
Now you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you are muted.
I'm not muted.
Now you're good now.
I'm not.
See? That's ours right there.
I'm not muted. You're muted.
That hurts.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Mike,
Right, I think I'm out.
you're going to bed?
Well, yeah. I mean,
You don't like Ryan? Is that the
I
problem?
do. I love him very much, and I'm so excited his
Yeah,
wife
right.
is there with him, Carrie. And the little dog. What's the dog's name again?
Brinkley. We named her
Aw.
after Chrissy Brinkley.
Oh,
Oh,
my
great.
dad's favorite.
How old are you?
Oh, stop it.
36?
What'd she say?
36.
Oh.
Who shoots you?
Oh, damn, it froze. Oh, there we go.
I feel like this is more of a visual podcast than a.
Oh my God, look at those ears.
So much
Aw.
vlogging.
We've barely solved any world problems tonight. We've just talked about random dumb shit. I love it.
I think a lot of us weren't very experienced how to do this Facebook room stuff.
Right.
I tried to
Well-
turn my camera on pretty quickly after I realized I didn't know who was in the room. I'm like, I'm going to turn this off, that type of thing. And it took Pam walking me through it while you were taking peeks.
I want to ask Pam something.
Ooh. Mama.
Pam, remember in Cancun when you helped get us floaties at the pool? You were like, sir, do you really need 3 floaties? You told that guy. I was like, there's hardly, like, the floaty to people ratio is way off.
It's ridiculous, really.
Like, in Cancun, you like go around like getting floaties for it. Like, you only need 1, sir.
I mean, we are helpless drinking women. We need floaties.
I know.
It's 2 on us.
Oh, wow.
Kyrie scored. Let's go. Give and go.
Which game are you guys watching?
We are good. Sorry. Sports.
No, which game is it? What is it?
It's the Blues Avalanche hockey game.
So you're both rooting for the same team?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're Bluesy
Oh,
fans.
look at
Oh, you
that.
even wore your shirt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, can I walk you through the whole garb? I mean, like, I have the Blues socks
Whoa.
and some Blues house shoes that my wife has got procured me for Christmas. We're hardcore.
Is this
Yes.
like a good luck kind of thing? If you don't wear it, they'll lose?
I generally dress in Blues apparel. I just want people to know that I support my team.
And by people, you're just talking about the people in your house. 'Cause that's where you're at.
We went to dinner. I wore all of this.
Okay. All
The
right.
slippers?
Then you were in public first, but
We
like,
still have restaurants open. Don't forget, like, Missouri's still free. You guys bring Piper and come fly down anytime. Like,
Right.
it'd be a good time.
we don't believe in freedom here.
No, apparently not.
That's like we have buddies that are hardcore Bills fans and shit, and they'll come over to watch the Bills game, and we're like, we know.
Yeah, yo, they're doing well.
Right.
I mean,
Like, it's the
they haven't
best year
done
ever
well
for the
like
Bills.
John Kelly, so like, let them have their moment.
And I'm starting to get wrapped up in it too. I'm like, maybe we aren't pieces of shit around here, because we're far enough north that we're not really Pittsburgh people, because
Right.
we don't have the same weather. Like, we get snowstorms. Pittsburgh's like, yeah, I was wearing a t-shirt yesterday. It was great.
I mean, you guys are Buffalo Bills people.
Yeah, like we're
Well, no,
closer to
for
Buffalo
sure.
than we are Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So, like, they're a big tradition for tailgating. So, the marketing guy slash purchaser for Fast when I worked there, Aaron Miller. Shout out to Aaron Miller if he watches this 10 hours in or wherever this is at. But is they jump off of RVs onto like flaming folding tables filled with like beer
Yes.
and pizzas and stuff like that, and like power elbow them and type
Yes.
of thing. Like there's a million videos of it. I love it. Like it's fantastic. Like
Uh,
those are your features.
A couple years ago, somebody had some extra tickets, and they're like, "Do you want to go to the Bills game?" I don't give a flying fuck about football. I'll watch it, but I don't follow it. Like I can watch a
Yeah.
football game, and I'm like, I enjoy that. Like it's interesting, but I'm not gonna. If you see me in a Bills jersey, I'm fucking with somebody. Like it's not because I've become a fan. But anyways, they're like, we have extra tickets. Do you want to come up? We're gonna go up the night before. We're gonna stay in the parking lot across from the stadium. We're gonna tailgate. And I'm like, fuck, it sounds great, dude. It was one of the best times I've ever had in my entire life. It was amazing. It was so much fun.
Yeah, Aaron would go to 2 or 3 home games a year. I mean, fly from Missouri, hotel, everything. Just because the tailgating and everything, I guess he went one time. He's not even from the area. He was born in Missouri. Like, none of it makes any sense. But, like, he just latched onto it, saw videos of, like, the tailgating.
Yep.
And then a bunch of his buddies go up there and just wreck shit, have a good time.
And everybody's nice is the other thing. Like, everybody, you walk around, they're like, hey, do you want some kielbasi? And you're like, I guess. Hey, come over here and try this. And, like,
it's been unrefrigerated for like a week.
Whatever.
Okay.
If you put enough alcohol in it, it'll be cured. You know?
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Good
In
stuff.
it or in your body.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. You can do it either way.
Okay.
Oh, shit. You leaving us?
Oh,
Hammy.
Pamela is frustrated.
Good luck. Go Blues.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You got it.
How much longer do you have to go?
It's only 5 minutes left in the first, so quite a bit of the game.
Oh, but wait,
So
it's
35 minutes left.
so it's you're like in a different time zone than us.
This is Central, so I'm an hour early, but this was actually a pretty late game to start, and it's in Colorado, so it's Mountain Time.
Well, go Blues. I hope they win.
Go Blues.
Bye, Carrie.
Carrie. Yeah. Pamela said goodbye.
Oh, bye.
Pamela.
You too. Good to see you.
Is she sleeping? Was she trying to take a nappy there?
She might have been.
Carrie had 2 glasses of wine at dinner tonight.
Oh, shit.
No.
So,
She forced me to drive around our town and find people who just refuse to take their Christmas lights down. And we listened to Christmas music and drove around. I bought a new truck. And
What'd you get?
overall, F350, King Ranch. It's pretty sweet.
Ooh.
I'm a fan.
ooh. Did you get the white King Ranch or the other color King Ranch?
It's a black King Ranch.
That is the fucking move,
It
man.
has like a, like I guess like a copper two-tone. I've never been a
Yes.
two-tone guy. I figured I could just wrap it if I hate it forever.
So
But
what?
for now, I'm gonna lean into it. So
Crew cab short bed, crew cab long bed, dually. What'd you get?
crew cab 8-footer. Yeah.
Yeah, dually single wheel.
Oh, dually.
Did
I
you
got
really?
Dually wheels.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You
I
fucking
know.
stud. Congratulations.
Gotta get a walk, baby. Actually, got to drive to Clint's place on Monday. I'm taking the Grey Dogs back because they're doing a bunch of new parts on the Allison swap. They'll be able to throw an Allison in like an 03 for like $7. It's
Nice.
gonna be super cool.
That's
like,
awesome.
6-speed the world, I guess is kind of the thought behind it. But like they've gotten really good with like the CAN bus stuff and some of the other technology to like make the Allison work. And so they want my truck back to kind of finish up
Your new
some
truck?
of the castings they're doing and all that kind of stuff. So
Are you gonna throw an Allison in
was
your new
like,
truck?
Oh, I need a truck, so I went out and bought one. I'm gonna keep the 10-speed in there now.
You'd be like the.
That thing's goofy, man. Like I was talking to Clint about it. This is where his weird science brain comes in. Not to talk too much work, but that thing's the same transmission that's in the GM, 10-speed GM.
Same
one.
Exact
The only
same.
thing that's different is the valve body and the computer. And the GM one works like 1,000 times better. So there'll probably be like GM valve body conversions or something like that coming in the future for Fords.
Really? So it's the exact same transmission.
That's what I'm guessing. Or they'll just tune around it. But I'm just saying, like it's the only thing that visually it looks different. The case is different, but every planetary gear, every hydraulic passageway, everything is the same on the Ford transmission and the GM transmission. The only thing different is the brain in it and the computer that controls it.
So who built that? Is it a like New Venture
Well,
or
one of
somebody?
them's
Or
Mercedes.
is it really?
The one that's in Ford's Mercedes. And the other one I thought was an Allison 10-speed. I don't know. I don't know if they are still down that rabbit hole. Maybe the technology on a 10-speed is only one thing, and like it only comes from one place. So who knows? But
It's all fuckery.
I know it's witchcraft anyway. So.
Here's what I'm thinking about doing. So this is the shit that I spend my days thinking about.
I want to hear it.
I know you're gonna be blown away by this revelation, but my 6'4". Oh, Jaron Holder's trying to get into this.
Oh yes.
I hit accept, but I'm not seeing him.
We're sideways. Maybe his video isn't on.
No, it would pop up, but here, I'll just invite him. Sorry, buddy. Sorry to everybody that's listening to this. This has been the most fucking clunky fucking thing ever.
Have you really done like a flash mob version
No,
of the podcast?
this is the first time. It says Jaren's connected, so you're not gonna believe this, but my fucking 6'4" blew up again.
No.
I mean, it's weird. Who saw that coming? But I'm thinking about making it electric.
I saw there was a guy in California that's conversions on like little convertibles and stuff. What are you thinking about doing? Like getting the Tesla stuff in there or something?
Well, they have actually just kind of universal engines now. And I'm thinking, so that thing came from the factory. So if you have a 400 horse engine, that's pretty good. And if we could get two 200 horse engines, or motors, I guess they call them in the electric world.
Right.
And then somehow mate them to the transmission. There's all sorts of space there.
Right.
There also feels like there should be some sort of generator type thing to power your...
Something to keep it going.
Yeah. But anyways, it's just kind of shit I think about. Like, I'm thinking like, shit, I'm going to spend a 10 grand to put another 6'4" in there. I should do a Cummins swap. This is how my line of progression of thinking went. I should do a Cummins swap. And then I'm like, no, I should put electric in there. Like, Elon Musk this shit.
I don't know. Why not?
Right. I mean, what I'm basically probably going to do is spend a lot of money on electrical parts that I don't really know how they work or what they mean. And then in a year or two, I'll just be like, fuck it. I'll just put another 6'4" back in there and live.
Cheers.
So. People are trying to join the room, but for some reason, it will not let them.
I don't know, man. It's big tech.
You think they're trying to shut us down? They're all the talking about because it still says Jaren's connecting, but I don't think
Jaren probably has like a 56K modem still.
He's out like spinning a crank somewhere to get the generator to go in West Virginia. He's like whipping the mule that's spinning the fucking thing that generates electricity.
Is just about as bad as. Well, never mind. It's your the person in charge of the health deal.
Oh, like Levine.
Yeah.
Dude.
Him. Anyway. Moving on. Their governor is just about as nasty, and he was telling me the other day that there are people storming the governor's mansion. Like, open us up, and then the governor, like him as a person, has been blacklisted at like almost every single like brewery and restaurant throughout Kentucky. Like whether it be Lexington, like a lot of these, like the Breonna Taylor thing that happened out of Louisville, that type of thing. Still, there's no sympathy for this fuckhead. Like they want his head.
Good. I feel like we're approaching the age where something terrible is going to happen. You can't keep pushing people like this.
No.
Like, you just can't. At some point, people are going to be like,
Well,
no.
you had a small microcosm of it with the storm in the Capitol
Mhm.
thing, right? And that's never really been
But
the play of the more conservative folks, that type
So-
of thing.
a friend and I were sitting talking about this one night, and I said, we were talking about, like, I don't remember how the conversation went exactly, but it was something along the lines of, I feel like I want to go,
Yeah.
but I'm not the person that would be there.
Right.
The person that is there, I don't want to say bad things about them, but
Listen, we all have those same dudes on our friends list that we saw. We're
yes,
going there, we're like,
yeah,
that's
of course he is. Yeah, that's his place.
Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're good people. They're just not the soundest minds. And then
Right.
you gathered up
Well,
a few 100,000 of those people.
Like you've had a drunken, fueled conversation with, I'm sure, one or two of the folks that went there that we know. And yeah, no, they have definitely some skewed opinions. And you don't necessarily want to adopt them, but I'm not saying I'm not a hair's breadth away from feeling kind of the same indignation. Like, I feel like, it'll work itself out. Yeah, the rhetoric can stop. Policy's been good. And, it's a lot of posturing and media bias. But, man, whenever they're carrying out podiums and,
Mm-hmm.
name plates and things like that, you're like, oh,
Okay.
wow.
What do you think this is going to achieve, for starters?
Yeah.
And then the way that
that's true.
they've portrayed it in the past week, like, these guys might as well have just fucking detonated a nuke in the middle of D.C. The way the news
Oh,
is.
no shit.
And you're like, no,
absolutely.
it looks like they took pictures in people's offices. They carried out shit that, like, $30 worth of crap. And then they said, it's time for you guys to go home, and they all left.
Right. There was a guy in a Chewbacca bikini.
Yeah.
And,
Doesn't make any sense.
yeah, I don't know, man. It certainly, they certainly didn't burn down any. I'm not going to go into this. Meh.
All right,
Meh.
so here's something.
We're aligned.
Yeah, this is something that I've been thinking about the past few weeks. And I feel like somebody somewhere will tell me how much white privilege this thought, whatever you want to say, a lot of white privilege in this thought. But we're an hour and a half into this podcast, and I feel like there's absolutely nobody fucking listening to this.
Yeah, say what you got to say. Yeah.
Unless at some point I'm running for senator 10 years in the future. And fuck you if you're listening to this 10 years in the future. I don't believe this anymore. And I'm going to be a good senator. But anyways, over the past few months, I've started to get this feeling like I understand how, like, maybe the Black Lives Matter people feel.
Okay.
That everything you believe in or everything you want to happen, you are completely helpless. Like, you are stuck in some shitty system that you know is corrupt as fuck. And even if you were to bum rush the Capitol, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to go to jail the rest of your life. The best that's going to happen is you're going to go to jail for a few months.
Right.
Like, you're not going to change anything. Like, you feel like you should get together with all these people and try and do this change, but it feels like this very helpless place to be. Because I'll be honest, like,
Well, I think. Okay, finish your thought. Sorry, I don't want to jump in there. You've been thinking
what I was
going
going
to
to say is,
and I'm reacting.
like Trump or not,
about
it
it.
feels like there was a lot of sketch in the last election.
Okay.
Between the voting stuff, the big media, the regular media, big tech, all that stuff. So it seems like it's all rigged in one direction. So it feels like you're... Oh, she's loving the dog. What is going... I thought she was throwing up.
No,
Like, fucking party at Ryan's house. But anyways,
Yeah.
so it feels very helpless. Like, you see a lot of this stuff and you're like, well, why isn't somebody doing anything about that? And then you start to go, well, am I wrong? It looks like I'm seeing something that's fraud. All the information that I'm reading and seeing and watching looks like fraud, and everybody's flippantly going, it's not.
Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that margin of error has existed for forever.
Right.
Which, well, I'm not saying that as a fact, but that certainly could be the point. Like, I feel like when anything's contentious, they take like really micro pieces of fact, which they do that on the left and the right,
Mm-hmm.
and they make a whole story, a whole paradigm about it. And I think that's a problem about disinformation and people who like everybody all of a sudden realized they didn't pay attention in civics growing up.
Right.
All the shit went down. They're like, oh no, like Kamala Harris is gonna or Pelosi's gonna be president. I promise it. That
Nope.
type of thing. Like, no, this is not how this works.
It doesn't work like that at all.
like Mike Pence isn't gonna die.
No. Like there's something really crazy. Like this won't even happen.
Referendum on anything anybody knows about American government.
Yeah.
But that's also somewhat interesting is that the folks that are in power and even some that are in power actually don't know exactly what the law or constitution says, which you kind of thrown that out like a little bit, like on some things, at least on a state level, like especially in your state
Mm-hmm.
with your constitution on how elections go. It's interesting they were able to do that without having to go to the legislative branch and actually form an amendment to your constitution, which should never, ever, ever be done. So, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. But anyway, long story short, I think that we've been too much of a pussy on our end because we kind of had the ground, right? Like we still had a little bit of ground, and it feels like it kind of changed all at once, that type of thing. Because a lot of that stuff gets subtroverted where you're like, yeah, we'll kind of let that slide, we'll let that slide, we'll let it slide. Didn't really hold our ground on a lot of either political issues or, say, ethical issues, like things that we find acceptable in America these days. It's just part of political discourse. And they had a really focused, concentrated, message of how they were going to get shit done. And they're more disagreeable than us. And like disagreeable people get more shit done than agreeable people do.
Absolutely.
Like the guy who's a dickhead in the fucking restaurant gets his meal for free, and we all pay like an asshole and still tip. Even though there's a pube in our soup or something like that.
Right.
And so they're very disagreeable, and that's just how business is won in the West. And they're winning right now because they're willing to be assholes for what they believe is the way things should be done. And we've kind of been like, oh, that's cute, liberal, like little kind of cheese dick insults. Like the Tea Party kind of came up for a little bit, and then like all the Republicans were like, boo.
Right. But again,
they got zero support. BLM comes up, everybody in the Democratic Party, like, if you're not a BLM guy, you're a piece of shit. Like, and like that's a big difference between like an extreme right and extreme left organization and what the quote moderate people are looking at. But like even today, Pelosi was tweeting against AOC because she was threatening Biden on some bullshit because he wasn't progressive enough. And Pelosi's like, that's not the Democratic way. Like they're already starting to internally strife now. That they like they're in the driver's seat and they're panicking. Like, they have no idea what to do. Like, we have all this power, what should we do? And they all hate each other. So, they're also disagreeable. So, see what happens. Who knows?
Well, AOC is... I do not like AOC. But I am slowly rooting for her.
She's an idiot. She's hilarious.
I'm like, fuck them up. But then I'm like, no, wait. I don't want her to win.
Character.
Yeah.
Like, every bulgy eye meme of her, like, I saved my phone.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Yeah. What was weird to me is this year, through politics, for most of my life was always this kind of. It's kind of what the dorks do. I don't know how to say this, but like.
Ouch.
But people that couldn't make it in business or anywhere else were like, I'm going to run for politics. And you're like, yeah, whatever. It's a good place for you. Like, fucking...
Did you ever personally know somebody that ran for an office, like mayor, county
Yes.
commissioner, something like that? I did too. And, like, the county commissioner for the county next to me, He's such an idiot. He's
Right.
the dumbest human I've ever met in my life.
So this
I went
is
to school with him, and like he was untutorable. He had to like flunk out of our school and go to public school and remedial. And now he's the guy judging whether or not you have to put a fucking mask on
right.
for tens of thousands of
Right.
people.
And that's what all this time I'm just like, it's a good place.
Because nobody knows what county commissioners do in Missouri.
Or any politician does. Like, you just sit through endless fucking meetings when people drone on about nonsense, and then you pass bills about how many fucking dollars it takes to pave 6 feet of road, and like all this dumb shit that no normal person wants to fucking deal with. And then
my favorite picture I saw ever was 2020 of waste, and it was somebody who had posted like all the spending, like the ad hominem, like weird spending things that were in there. And my most favorite highlighted one, there's hundreds of them. If I can find it, I'll text it to you. It was, they were putting lizards on treadmills, sorry. And it cost us like $3.5 million. It's some sort of species study. See how long a lizard could walk. And so they had to buy a lot of treadmills and collect said lizards and different types of lizards. And they walked on treadmills. And then I look at my last quarterly tax bill, and I'm like all of that was absorbed into there, and another 10,000, 100,000 Americans also tax money was absorbed into that for some dickheads to watch lizards walk on a treadmill. Are you kidding me?
And you know that there was some self-righteous politician that passed that maybe they thought they were doing a really good thing, but more apt or more likely is they had some relative or friend that was in the fucking lizard business, and the friend
I gotta sell like 30,000 lizards.
And the friend in the lizard business is telling all his employees the next day, like, dude, this is the most fucked up thing in the world, but we got to put all the fucking lizards on treadmills, and they're going to fucking send us money. We just got to fucking keep them on the fucking treadmills.
We'll sell like DVDs to like hawks and shit like that. It'll be like food porn to them.
And then, some employees sitting at a bar somewhere like, yeah, I don't know, dude. I make $100,000 a year. I fucking stroke a lizard's back so he walks faster on a treadmill. I don't know. It's better than fucking working anywhere else. Like, fuck it. Whatever. It's so fucked up.
$3.5 million, John, in 1 year. Like, what would you do with $3.5 million in 1 year? I mean, you'd probably be dead by the end of that year, and it'd probably be a great year. But
Old John?
Still, like,
Old John?
What would you actually do if you had to, you can't have any of it afterwards, right? Like, somebody hands you $3.5 million, and you have between January 1st and December 31st to spend this money. Anything left over just goes straight back to the government. That's your budget. What's your play? What do you do? You can't keep any of the assets. I'm sure they put all the lizards in a fucking wood chipper and sold all the treadmills to Planet Fitness. So,
all right,
here you go.
10 years ago, we would have went to some dark places. But now, today, John, I think I'd just be rolling around doing shit like, I would do the most ridiculous shit in the world. Like, I'd come up with something like, I'm going to start paying for school lunches. So I would just drive around. I'd maybe get like a sweet RV, and I would just drive around like Dan Bilzerian style. Like, I'd make it a little bit uncomfortable for the fucking school board and staff. But I'd roll into like a podunk town and be like, hey, fuckers, and have some chicks in some fucking bikinis and stuff.
Like walking with 6 bikinis.
Yeah, like just banging hot 12s. And I'm not going to do sit-ups. So I'm probably going to have somebody like build a hologram of me with abs like Dan Bilzerian has and project that. I'll just sit in the RV and maybe have a drink.
What about like a Xerxes, like, like one of the seats with the two big poles running on either side? And the chicks are just, you might need more chicks, but like the chicks are just like walking you in and then they set you down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't feel like I have the physique to pull this off, like, and to really make it impressive. So it's going to have to be a hologram. So we're going to spend a little bit of money on a hologram system.
On the hologram. Very Wizard of Oz.
But we're going to roll into like Podunk, West Virginia and be like, hey, are you charging kids for lunch at school? And they're like, yes. And we're like, how much does that cost every year? And they're like, $22,000. And we're like, Here's $42,000 for a year, and then next year,
That's right. Let's
don't
get rid
feed
of
the
Right
dickheads.
Cola, and we're
Yeah.
buying Coca-Cola or Pepsi, maybe depending on your preference. Yeah. No more RC Cola for these folks.
No.
I like it.
And then we just keep moving town to town to town with this rolling shit show.
Okay.
Like, and to think that I said we weren't going to go to a dark place, like, but I would do something like that. Like, I'd give away all the money to
Like, it's not one of these stare at the ceiling fan at night kind of fantasies. Like, this is kind of come up. So.
Because I feel like most charities are kind of,
Meh.
yeah, like semi scams, and I feel like the original thought was there. I feel like every charity is exactly the same as somebody that buys workout equipment on January 1st. Like, I'm going to buy this and I'm really going to work out. And then, like, a month or two later, you're like, I'm definitely, oh my God.
Right.
Emily Waite's trying to get in on this shit.
Oh,
Holy
no.
shit.
I haven't heard in a minute.
Hello.
Hey, Emily.
Hello.
Did you kill Chris?
No, I did not.
Are you at
I
work?
saw them. What's that?
Oh, I can't say. You're not at home.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm at work.
Okay. I wasn't going to say I didn't want you to get in trouble.
I see like a sheriff badge. Does she tase people for a living?
Yeah, she's a bad motherfucker.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I can see pictures of you and Chris and the baby. I'd never seen any work stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't really show much of it.
Fair enough.
Earlier, Chris was on, and he tried on every... I don't even know what those things
Face
are.
filter.
Yeah, filter.
Oh,
That
geez.
his phone had.
And I don't even know how to do it.
He was a
Like, half
frog,
his face was
and
skeleton at one time.
can you see me?
I can see you.
If you turn your phone sideways, it's a big revelation today.
Oh my God.
Look at that shit.
It's been kind of a thing.
Oh, she knows how to do
now
the
she has
filters.
on. How do you do this? What is
Just
this
get with the times.
No, we're old. Well, I'm really old.
She's
Well, I wish I weren't at work or I would, like, hang out here.
We'll have to do this again. Do you
Are
work
you guys still local to John? You guys still living close-ish? Or where are you guys at these days? The Waits is
We're like in an hour now.
Yeah,
about an
roughly.
hour. Okay.
Yeah.
It's too far.
Not to get this podcast too inside story, but I still some of my most fond memories are the little power shop Christmas parties and bowling and watching Anderson Silva's leg snap in half.
Yeah.
Attempting to arm wrestle Chris at one point. Like, it was a good time.
Yeah. All those Facebook memories
There
popped
was so
up.
many good times.
Did they really?
It was the best.
Who was the shaggy haired kid? You ended up having to get rid of him, but he was fun. Like,
The little
he was
guy?
kind of
Doug.
Yeah, he was dressed up
Was it
like
Doug?
Big Lebowski. Right?
Yep, that was Doug.
Doug, that's right.
Doug was a good shit. He's just Doug.
It's somebody to hang out with, not necessarily employ.
Right.
That's fine.
That happens. So what are you doing? You like any strip searches? Any of that kind of stuff going on
no,
there?
Not right now. Right
But-
now I'm in the jail. I'm at work right now. On the pod and they're all sleeping.
I feel like most
What the
nights
heck
are
led
probably
you
the
to
most
law
boring
enforcement
job
with
ever.
this number? I didn't
Well,
even
I
know.
saw this group and I was like, "What's this?" I'll click on it. John sent me there. I'm gonna click on it.
Here you are.
They,
I saw a video pop up and I'm like, "Oh crap! Oh crap!" Try clicking out of it. I'm like, "Nope, I'm here."
I'm here now.
Might as well say hi.
The funniest
Sorry,
part of
we-
go ahead.
We were talking politics, and then we were also trying to get John's friend Mike Lade in the middle of a bar, and it was very loud.
So, yeah,
we missed
so
out.
earlier, one of the guys, he's in a bar, and it's so loud, and his microphone's on, and there's all this background noise, and people would come up and talk to him, and he'd leave his mic on, and he'd start talking to him, and we're trying to talk, and it's just.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to them?
And then we're jealous because they have bars down in Florida.
It sounded like what probably athletes have to listen to with like the crowd noise pumped into like sporting events now. Like folks
so
trying
weird.
to have some sort of civil discourse.
My favorite part of tonight was I said to Pam, or I was out in the garage and I sent her a text. I'm like, hey, we're gonna do a podcast tonight. She's like, I don't really feel like it. I want to talk about politics. I'm tired, Bob. I'm making the jerk off motion, and so I'm like, all right. So a second later, I'm like, I just posted on Facebook, like, we'll make a Facebook room, like, let's just do a podcast. So we start doing it, and she comes in here, and she sat across from me in the chair over there, just quietly for a while. And I keep looking at her like, you can't hear what's going on because it's piped into the headphones. She's just sitting there. She's like, and she's just listening to me talk. She keeps going. She keeps looking across. Like, who are you talking to? And I'm like, can't.
Get out.
Yeah, just so finally she picks the headphones up and she joined the whole thing, but it was like a struggle to get her there. But here we are.
I have shift change now, so I'm gonna exit out of here.
All right. Well, thank you for thank you for your service.
Next time.
See you, buddy.
She'll figure it out.
Yeah, away she goes. How's your team doing?
We're up 2-1 versus Colorado. So
Nice. Very nice.
the warranty guy at ATS is a real big Avalanche fan, and I yell at him a lot about it. So
Which guy's that?
Jeff,
I like
the
Jeff.
notorious JEFF with a W.
I know that fella.
Yes, you do.
What's the best book you read in the last 6 months? You're not reading a lot of books lately, huh? Or listened, or
So like book reading for me was a lot of flights and a lot of long travel-y stuff. Like I don't know, things have been. It's so weird to say, but the goofy COVID stuff has been so busy, like business-wise, like trying to get things done, like constantly adjusting inventory, like all these things with just like warehousing, dealers, all this stuff. It's been great, but it's been really difficult as far as like the whole self-improvement thing, and then like Christmas happens, right? And it's like all family stuff, and there just hasn't been a lot of. I've always found like book reading to be a very introspective thing. Like I'm gonna try and better myself versus like say a entertainment value thing. If I want to be entertained, like there's
watch a movie,
the internet, or there's television, that type of thing. And it's just like kind of a lazy thing. But yeah, I still listen to a lot of podcasts, which is.
What one do you listen to?
Before, like when I did books, it was always Audible. I don't like sit down.
Yeah.
Thumb a page around, that type of thing. But yeah, nothing of note. I've been thinking about rereading 7 Habits because I think I've kind of like lost my way and not being like a piece of shit. Like I think I'm so like polarized by the last current year. Since March on, that I don't necessarily have a great perspective into just like, what kind of person should you be?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like maybe I've got like a really shitty filter on this picture right now, so I don't know.
And the bad part is your friends will not tell you that. You have to read it like in some book somewhere. You're like, oh, I'm being a piece of shit. Your friends will just talk to other people and be like, Ryan's or John, they're kind of a piece of shit now. But you'll read a book and you're like, oh, fuck, that's me.
I'm a total piece of shit.
Yeah. So if I was going to advise any 2 books that I feel like would change your life. First one is, I don't know the name. I never know authors. Like, I feel so bad that I don't know authors. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, so-and-so, and they blurt the words out. I just know the titles of the books because I really don't care who's writing it. Good for you. I gave you my $15. Like, fuck you.
Right.
But the first one is Never Split the Difference.
Okay.
Could be the best book I've ever read and on negotiations.
Okay.
And anytime I have any big negotiation coming, I say I'll read the book, but I just put it on Audible and I listen to it for a couple days.
Absolutely. I mean, like, it's usually a very smooth voice behind it.
Yeah. So Never Split the Difference. And a recent one I read that I think you would enjoy is called Profit First. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So those are my
I'll check it out.
recommendations. I don't
Same author for both?
No, they're different author. Ones
Different books.
they both here. I think, and I'm only gonna look because Profit First. I'm only gonna look because I think both of these people's names is Mike. So Profit First is by Mike Mc I don't know how to say this name. Miklowicz. I'm really bad at last names. It's a very long last name.
Okay.
And Never Split the Difference is by Christopher Voss.
Okay.
So that's my recommendation. That's my book.
All right. I'll have to dig into those. No, I need to do more of that. That's for sure.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah,
I haven't done
been
very much.
Yeah, it's just kind of been a nutty year. I know. I'm glad you have a couple of suggestions. I'll have to dig into them, and I don't know. We'll have to re-podcast it.
All right, buddy. Well, I'm about ready for bed. I know you want to enjoy your game.
Correct. We're about halfway point. Still have 2-1. So.
And I feel like at any moment now, somebody else is going to jump in here. And this will just keep going. It'll be the longest podcast in the world. It'll be like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Prisoners for suppository bags of heroin. So that was always a treat.
Oh, boy. Well, hey, brother. It was good to talk to you. I miss you, pal.
Hey, you too, man.
All right, buddy.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Happy New
Always
Year.
a good thing.
We'll have to get together soon.
Yes, I would love that.
Me too. All right, buddy.
All right, pal. Take care.
Toodles. See ya.